Welcome to Vanished Mysteries, where we shine a light on stories that have gone dark but deserve to be remembered. If you believe every disappearance is someone's missing piece, you're in the right place. Tonight, we bring you a case that has shaken Philadelphia. A young woman, threats, silence, and the desperate search of a loving family. This is the story of Kada Scott. At just 23 years old, Kada Scott was a beacon of compassion with a bright future ahead. Many knew her as a recent contestant for Miss Pennsylvania, USA, a dream she pursued with grace. But her true passion was caring for others, which she did as an employee at an assisted living facility. On the evening of October 4, 2025, her life took an unimaginable turn. At around 9:45 p.m., Kada left her home, ready for her overnight shift at the terrace at Chestnut Hill. Her car was seen arriving at her workplace, but that's where her trail vanishes. She never completed her shift, and perplexingly, she did not leave in her own car. She simply disappeared into the night. In the days leading up to that night, a shadow of fear had already begun to creep into Kada's life. She confided in her family and friends that she was receiving harassing phone calls from unknown individuals. For those who knew her best, this was deeply unsettling. Her family describes her as laid back and kind, not the type of person to stir up trouble or simply vanish without a word. The idea that she would willingly cut off all contact was unthinkable. And yet, since that night, her phone has been silent. Her social media, once a window into her life, has been inactive. This abrupt and total silence was the first major red flag, a screaming signal that something was terribly wrong. The next morning, when Kada didn't return home, the seed of worry planted in her family's hearts grew into full-blown panic. They knew immediately this wasn't like her. Their first call was to her workplace, and the discovery there only deepened the mystery. Her car was found parked right where she'd left it, an ordinary sight in an anything but ordinary situation. What was found inside or what was missing remains a crucial part of this puzzle. While specific details about her keys, phone, or iPad haven't been fully released. The fact that her car was left behind suggests she didn't leave voluntarily. To make matters worse, investigators were met with a frustrating dead end. There were no functioning surveillance cameras at the facility, leaving a black hole where critical evidence should have been. As the hours turned into days, the search for Kada Scott intensified. Philadelphia police launched a full-scale operation, deploying canine units to scour the dense, wooded areas surrounding her workplace. They combed through the nearby arboretum, hoping to find any trace of the missing 23-year-old. But the official search was just one part of the effort. Kada's family and a heartbroken community sprang into action. The streets of Philadelphia were soon papered with flyers bearing her face and her story. Her loved ones made desperate public appeals, their voices cracking with emotion as they begged for any information. The gravity of the situation escalated when the city's homicide division officially took over the case. Authorities released a chilling statement, noting that there were indicators that Kada's absence may not be voluntary, though they stopped short of confirming foul play. The message was clear: investigators feared the worst. With so few concrete leads, theories and speculation began to swirl. The harassing phone calls she received just before she vanished are a central focus. Was this a case of stalking that escalated? Could the perpetrator have been someone she knew, perhaps a new acquaintance, or was it a complete stranger? The fact that she arrived at work but didn't leave in her car is a huge piece of the puzzle. It strongly suggests she either left the premises with someone else willingly or by force, or that something happened to her right there on the property. Her phone going silent is another key question. Did the battery simply die, or was it intentionally turned off to prevent being tracked? The lack of security cameras at her workplace isn't just a frustration. It's a critical failure that has left a void where answers should be. In the community, theories are whispered. Some believe she was taken, while others wonder if personal troubles or coercion played a role. The emotional toll on Kada's family is immeasurable. Her parents, Kada Scott and Kim Matthews, have been thrust into a living nightmare, their public pleas filled with a mixture of raw fear and unwavering hope. "We just want our baby home," her father has said, his voice heavy with a pain no parent should ever know. Her mother has spoken of their constant prayers, clinging to faith in the darkest of times. At her job, colleagues remember Kada as being relatively new and somewhat introverted, a quiet and kind presence. They said she had no known conflicts or enemies at work, which only adds to the confusion. This digital void she left behind, no calls, no texts, no posts, is a modern form of torture for her loved ones. In today's hyper-connected world, her complete and total silence is deafening, amplifying their deepest fears with each passing day. Currently, the investigation remains active and is being led by the Philadelphia Homicide Division. They continue to explore new locations and are reportedly questioning persons of interest, trying to piece together the final moments before Kada disappeared. Forensic analysis of her car is underway, and her phone records are being meticulously examined for any clue, no matter how small. But the police can't do this alone. The public has become a vital partner in this search. The hashtags #HelpfindKada and #KadaScott have spread across social media, turning every citizen with a smartphone into a potential witness. Flyers are still being shared, and every tip that comes in is another thread of hope. This is a community united in a single, desperate mission to find answers and bring Kada home. Kada Scott is more than a headline. She is a daughter, a friend, a dreamer whose life was put on hold. Each day that passes without answers amplifies the agony for her family and friends. If you have any information, no matter how insignificant it might seem, please speak up. Your tip could be the missing piece that solves this mystery. Don't let silence win. If this story moved you, please share it and subscribe to Vanished Mysteries, because every voice, every share, and every view matters. Let's bring Kada home.